always said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to Center Park Stadium in Atlanta, home to the Georgia State Panthers. As we'll see, the number 18 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on last year's national champions, the Georgia State Panthers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Georgia State's offense will get the ball first. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Breaks into the open. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Running game got it done on the last play, now it's first down. Might as well give it to him again. When you reach this point of the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. Really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Takes the easy completion. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Georgia State ready to go with another 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. Open space in the 25. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good
headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia State.
And that is what a team of this caliber is expected to do, right? They've got the better number beside their name by all the metrics, by a talent standpoint, coaching standpoint. They're the superior team, and they just drove the ball in the first possession of the game, and they looked like it, scoring a touchdown and asserting their dominance.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Oklahoma Sooners offense will try to get something started with their first possession. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
Fires to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. An easy decision there for the offense to decline the penalty and take the touchdown. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. They're set to kick it off. You think think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Fielded in the end zone. It's Silver. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Off the play fake on first down. And the quick shuffle pass. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Backed up now, here's second and long. Punts it out of the air. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down. The Sooners come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Wants to throw on third down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going and now right back to work. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to the ground with the running back. Touchdown, Panthers! And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. That, his 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable, David. He continues to challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's going to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
Pulls it, fired complete. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Finds his tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Passing game very effective on second down. What about here on third? Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. The Sooners have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. They'll send the back in motion. They'll run play action. Hit as he throws. He's got an open man. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. And the Sooners have this offense rolling. Leaves it with the back. Turning it on. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. The Sooners, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Right back to the well. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Operating in the red zone here on second down. From the gun, running back gets the give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
What do you do now if you're the offense, right? After that incomplete 4th down, but you've driven the entire field. At this point, do you just say, we got to go for a touchdown, or do you just pay the drive off by kicking a field goal?
It's good. Easy call for the refs. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This should be the last play of the quarter. Handoff from the gun. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this first period with a huge gain. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They're going to go right back to him on first down. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the tailback. Can't get him to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And the Panthers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Got his man on the outside. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Panthers with the 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. From the gun, the running back has it. Picks up the first down, still moving. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. And the Panthers back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. The give to the back. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. All right, guys, let's chat about Georgia State. They've jumped to the top of the conference standings. Now the trick is finding a way to stay there.
Well, and that's your goal to start the season. It's always about the conference first. It's not about the national championship picture. So great job taking care of business within the conference, Jesse, but a lot of meat still left on the bone.
Yeah, and remember, conference championships mean a lot because the way the college football playoff is set up, if you're winning your conference championship, you're probably in the playoff discussion. So they've got a lot of games ahead. They're in that prime spot right now inside their conference. They've got to keep playing well.
The Panthers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Running the red zone. It's Marshall. Got some room. Headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Panthers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And the extra point gives them a 28-3 lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. From the gun, running back on the move. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. The Sooners have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. They go to the draw. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The option look. Now the toss. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one. And the Sooners trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Here's a quick throw out to the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Bringing the heat. Ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. All by himself down the middle. Past the 20. Touchdown, Georgia State. The defense putting points on the board. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. There was tight coverage, but a perfect throw and catch, and they've got it at the 9, first and goal. And the Panthers look to keep this drive humming. They'll use the running game on first and goal. Touchdown, Georgia State, and the pummeling has started. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the fourth, and they are going to go to 7-0. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
It's number 1 versus number 2. These matchups are special. The entire landscape looking in today on this one, and they become a part of college football history. Hopefully, we'll get something epic. Welcome to Athens, Georgia. We are between the hedges at Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see, last season's national champions, the Georgia State Panthers, taking on a playoff team from last year, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports, I'm Chris Fowler, joined in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get this thing going. And the Bulldogs will kick this deep to get us going. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. The Panthers offense will get a chance to start this game off. And all eyes, Kirk, in this matchup of the elite wide receivers. They got great skill, they got big personalities. You know they want to
just like a person that's good with numbers, like he gets paid a lot for being good.
For both of these two wide receivers, a lot of eyes on them, not only in college football,
a lot.
but I don't know the last time Chris, we were on the field pregame and saw so many NFL
but these kids now, like, they're
evaluating these two to see who ends up stepping up and playing better.
They develop that necessity of football and not the mindset of the money. Because the money is not really the most important thing.
Chris, I know it's the first play of the game, but boy, nice job by this offensive line. The back gets behind him, picks up some positive yards.
That run picks up first down yardage, a fresh set of downs for this offense. They're going to run it here. They keep the drive going. It's a first down to the 46.
That's what you like to see early in this game, especially on the road. Chunk plays like this really have a big impact on a game, especially when you're on the road, hostile environment, imposing your will on the defense on the first drive of the game.
Late in the season here, this one has all kinds of playoff implications, Kirk. You got to believe the winner here is in the pole position for that top playoff seed.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So much at stake here. Absolutely. Whoever wins this one, to me, is in the driver's seat for the rest of the year. We're in the back nine of the season. Let's see who can win this one and claim to be that most dominant team.
Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. A bullet, but it's incomplete. Brings up fourth down. Special teams on the field now. Here comes a punt. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense comes out for their first possession today. We've got a quarterback here coming off a sensational performance, Kirk. He sounded very confident when we met with him this week, but let's see if he can build on that this time.
Yeah, I think the last game that he played, he just threw the football on time. He didn't try to do too much, found the open receivers, took what the defense gave him, and as you had mentioned, we had a chance to talk to him. I think that's what he's looking to try to do, not try to live up to the hype, just put together another solid performance.
And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. And he'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
Now, you see this with a lot of backs. There's a tendency to want to try to bounce it to the outside. Now, sometimes the play calls for it, but you know the coaches are telling them to follow the blockers and execute the plan.
Second down play coming up for this offense. They'll run it from the gun. Now they test the middle of the defense, but get nothing. Kirk, both sides told us they knew this was going to be a challenge. The biggest test they've had so far this season. Good to see this matchup get off to a good start. Bodes well.
Chris, I'm just excited to see how this game's going to unfold. Both of these teams are going to be so fired up throughout the entire game. I think it's going to be a true test of wills between two teams that have performed as they're destined to be into that postseason at the end of the year.
And on fourth down, the punter sends it away. He's going to try to return the punt. Good effort by the return man. They get him down, but that's a solid gain in the return. Here comes the Georgia State offense back out there. They came up empty on the last possession, forced to punt it away. And they begin to click now. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. Picks up the first, looking for more. They bring him down, but a nice play moves the football to the 31 and a first down. Fresh set of downs for the offense, first down. And he's got it again. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down. 2nd and 1. Ball handed off. It's a nice wrap-up there by the junior.
Positive yards, that's all you want to see as an offense. As long as you're moving the ball forward, it's going to give you a chance to continue to get first downs. What are they looking at now? 3rd and inches, it looks like.
And 3rd and short, they try to pick it up on the ground. Motors all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia State.
This is such a well-designed play here, Chris. The offensive line opens things up initially, but you can see the speed of the back and the effort by the receivers not to be selfish. These guys are blocking downfield, and that's why he got that ball to the end zone.
Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Makes the grab. It's Jean-Pierre. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker. The completion sets up a 2nd down play. Catch made on the left side. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain. Critical 3rd down play for this offense right here. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Caught over the middle. Tackle made to the 41. That's a nice gain, getting closer to midfield. Georgia setting up for the 1st and 10 now. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Snags a quick throw. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. Short completion there. 2nd down coming up. Looking to throw again. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. Defense makes the stop very close to a 1st down. Offense facing 3rd and short, approaching midfield. Can they convert here, or will they face a tough 4th down decision? Fights off a defender. That play will move the sticks, set them up 1st down at the 42. Dogs pick up enough yardage for a fresh set of downs. And they'll go right back to him on 1st down. You make the tackle, but the game moves the ball to the 28.
Chris, a really good job here by this back to be able to find that hole and pick up the yards for this 1st down. And boy, Georgia's had some good backs over the years, and this young man is living up to that tradition today.
Breaks into the clear. Minimal gain brought down short of the marker.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably think of
the pass rush gets home.
Well, you got to do a better job with your fake as the quarterback. The defense did not bite at all on the play action, allowing them to continue to come after the quarterback and come up with that sack.
Motion now from the tight end. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. The sure hands. It's Jean-Pierre. You make the stop, but it'll be 1st down from the 13. And Georgia State has the lead here, Kurt. Let's check out the stats now through the opening period. They've flipped into the field. We're ready now for the 2nd period. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a 1st down. Oh, here comes the reverse. Jukes to get free. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards. So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. Makes the grab on the move. 0 running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. This is crucial. Defense needing a stop on third down, trying to force a field goal. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Swarm for the pass rush. The sack.
Man, I love to see these big fellas get a chance to make a play. Usually it's the guys on the edge, the linebackers, but here, the nose guard comes up with a sack.
And it sails right through the middle of the uprights. Solid kick. So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Gets it to the 25-yard line. That's where they start the drive. The Georgia State offense on the field now. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing. Well, the season just got a lot more intense. This could be fun. Premier 1 versus 2 matchup, Kirk, right here in the middle of the season.
Yeah, middle of the year to get 1 versus 2. This obviously is going to have a lot of implications as far as the playoff is concerned. I'm just curious to see a big game like this. Do you ease your way in, or do you take a couple big swings to try to establish who could be the dominating team?
So ball at the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. Out of the gun now on third down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And he's brought down just short of the marker on that play. Good job by the defense to prevent the first down.
Great job by the defender coming up with that tackle that'll keep him short of the first down. I think the quarterback thought his receiver could win any one-on-one battle, but this defender makes a heck of a play, and now we got fourth down.
They make the tackle, but he easily gets first down yardage, and the drive keeps going. A new set of downs after that completion. And here's the handoff. Nowhere to run up the middle. Well, the play is just blown up by the big fella in the middle, Kirk, showing some quickness for his size.
Yeah, we know about his power, but how about his ability to penetrate there? And that's the quickest way to blow up a run game is that interior penetration. If you're able to break through the middle of that offensive line, then you can create a lot of havoc in the middle. Hey, whether it's been on the inside or bouncing things to the outside, this guy has shown you everything that he has to offer, and a big part of the reason why they're enjoying this nice lead.
A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
What a drive by this offense. Another big gain, and look at the defense. Huffing and puffing, hands on their hips. This offense is wearing them down both mentally and physically.
They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards, sets up a nice 2nd and 2. It's the 2-minute timeout. Nice to have a close game here as we approach the half. So here comes 2nd down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. Offense will keep it on the ground here. The sophomore with a strong tackle there. And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. Tackle just short of the goal line at the 1. What a run. The offense in scoring position with a new set of downs. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the 2nd quarter. The defense backed up against their own end zone. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. And he fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers.
Man, that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a 3rd or a 4th later today.
And he knocks through the PAT. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. So here we go. First play of the drive, under 2 minutes before halftime. First down, looking to throw the ball. Grab down the middle. It's Jean-Pierre. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. They'll crank up the tempo here with the clock ticking down. Second down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Catch made on the left side.
That's what I love about this guy. He has the ability to sneak out of the backfield. The quarterback's able to find him open, checks it down for a nice gain.
He's running out of time here. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on third down. The Dogs will have to kick it away when he comes for his second punt of the game. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. So here's the first play of the drive. They're set up at the 43. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. And they'll stop him short of the line to gain.
Hat on the hat up front. Good job opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
They'll look to throw it here on second down. Looks like he's going to run it. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play. Again, makes it second and medium. It's a shotgun run call. Tackle made at the 24-yard line. This offense really threatening now. The offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half. Handoff here from the shotgun. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. They continue to pound away on the ground. Brings up a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7. Here's the handoff. He shreds the tackle. And he's finally tackled out at the 2-yard line. Time running down, just one play left here in the half. 1st and goal, they'll try to run it in. And they try the middle, but stuck for no gain. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays before halftime. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Looking to pass this time. And he's got it! Touchdown, Georgia State.
Oh, man, these guys will not be stopped. Talk about putting up points before halftime and then really putting some distance on the scoreboard. This defense is officially reeling.
Point after, up and good. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. The coverage team brings him down on the final play of this first half. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Athens. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. For now, let's get back to the guys in the booth to start up this second half.
And here's the return from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. After falling way behind in the first half, they need to find a spark right now to cut into this big lead. First play of the third quarter is a handoff. Breaks a tackle on the play, makes a decent gain.
Setting the tone early with good runs like this can really wear a defense down and keep the defense guessing. That's why some of the best coaches of all time have primarily done it with great run games.
They stop him, but it's a first down.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. You really keep the defense on your heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
They stop him after a short gain. It's not a first down. That completion makes it second and medium. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Got the first down and still motoring. They get him, but what a spin move. That's one for the highlight reel. Dogs are moving quickly down the field. From the shotgun, handoff inside. And he's brought down after a big first down gain. It's second and short. Maybe an opportunity, Kirk, to take a shot here. Second down after that run on the previous play. Keeping it on the ground here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Urgency now for the offense. They'd hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. In the third and short, they'll try to throw for it. Lets it go quickly. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down. The Bulldogs will line up to kick it away.
Number 11 in punt formation to kick it away.
He was hoping that would check up, but a big bounce sends it into the end zone for a touchback. And the Panthers offense back out there now. They've really built momentum in this game. It's been hard to stop. Can the defense make some adjustments, come up with a stop here? The gain is 2 yards, so it's second and 8.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen. The senior calls his own number, picks up the first down.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got him. You've got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure, tucks it, and picks up some big yards.
They make the stop after a big gain all the way to the 34. Big chunk play. This offense operating at peak efficiency. And in first down, right back to the running game. Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing. Getting set. Here's second down. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs. The offense will set up on 1st and 10. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And that's a solid gain before the defense able to bring him down. The gain makes it second and medium.
Well, I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half. And he's already at it again.
They'll try to run inside, but nowhere to go. They come up 3rd and short. This is the 8th play of the drive. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Caught in the flat by the running back. One down, but it's enough to convert on 3rd down and set them up 1st and goal at the 10. The offense knocking on the door here with a 1st and goal. They'll run it here. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play. So off the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 11. From the shotgun, drops back. The receiver grabs it. Touchdown, Panthers. And their route is on. Here's the point after attempt.
Just give this guy the ball and let him do the rest. The quarterback does a nice job of just putting the ball in the receiver.
Well, this is a stunner. It's a football team that walked in here with that #1 attached to their name, and they got humbled today. Just blasted.
I love that you said walked into this game because that's how they played throughout the entire football game, and they got embarrassed. This was a statement today by this winning team and really a declaration to the entire college football world.
And that is going to do it. We enjoy being here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris